Alright. Got a 1954 Buick. Getting ready to do front end tear down and going to do a complete tear down on this all the way to off frame. It does have a pretty good bit of rust underneath of it, but the actual body and everything else is in really good shape. It was at another shop that they got started on it and had some issues and had to be taken out of there, so somebody had previously started on it. And have you ever seen when you get a car in a, what do they call that, basket and a handbag or something, when it's all like you got to figure half the crap out where they took everything apart?
Yeah.
But she had it at a shop to get motor work and a couple other things done, and
is that who primed
they
all this?
started and didn't do it right. They primed it over rust. They just made it look like they were working on it, and it got discouraging, and it sat for a while, and I guess they, you know, did what they did to it. So now it's to us, and we're going to correct everything and straighten it up, and all the original tiers here, and we'll go through all that.
The interior.
And we're going to take everything out and start gutting everything out of this. And the biggest thing we got to protect is the back of that pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can imitate it.
Yeah, there's a place out in California that can duplicate it. Here she is. I mean, you can see it's had extensive body damage here, but if you hear it, it's all metal. It's all metal. So we'll, I know there's some body putty in a couple of the door bottoms, but you listen, we're gonna strip this and we're gonna be in all good steel. You hear it here, how it changed? There's mud or something in this one. It's this one and the other one. But we'll get all that taken care of and go through her. And somebody else started in the back, and it's got all its original stuff though, and she's got a lot of parts, so it's going to come out real nice. All right, well, let me shut this off, and we'll set it up as we go to taking it apart and fill you in on details as we do each thing. I'll let you see it. Yeah. Alright, here we are in the Buick. We're torn down into the day and getting all the front end apart. And I'm getting ready to take all the door stuff apart. Started popping these all out, getting the handles off and the trim. And now you can see she's had her use. She's been sitting a long time. Things are worn pretty good. Running into things with the door, and gonna get all these off, and I'll show you as we do it. But we're disconnecting different pieces and gonna take all this off so we can get her cleaned up. We got the door all tore apart. I'm taking all the mechanisms out right now, and just give you a quick show of what's going on. I'll run over it again, and then Mike's been working on all the front. We've gotten the wiring torn down on the fenders and stuff, taking the covers off. Going to take all the ductwork and stuff apart on the front end, and then we'll move on to the other doors and dash. This thing's been rusted and seized and glued together, and you know, I got all the quarter windows out, and there's somebody else been into and pried on it a good bit. We got to try to straighten it up a little bit, but everything's here. We just got to clean it up, redo it, and Bring it back to life. Yep, that's just normal. Oh, it's all full of glass, ain't it? It was, or sand, whatever they use, glass beating or sandblasting.
Sandblasting.
That's all a bunch of, oh shit, yeah. God. I don't know what some people do.
That's why it's being torn apart. Get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah, that's why it is.
Get rid of all that. And
You could imagine turning that system on.
Yeah, look at that. I know.
God, you'd be blind.
Oh man. Feel sorry for that guy. The flaps are in good shape though.
Yeah. The whole car's in great shape. It's just got minor decay. You know, the worst part on this car right now that we're seeing is the floorboards in some places.
Yeah.
The trunk looks like it was saved real good because some old guy, well, he coated the crap out of it with Rust-Oleum, they said.
Oh really?
The old guy owned it before her. I think that's what all the red, he matched up the old primer. All the screws all the way through the door in a bunch of places have had to be worked out like that. Just finishing up, trying to get this thing apart. I think I gotta crank it down to get the position right. Through this hole. No, I got her. She's in bad shape, a little rust. Glass beater, clean her up, spray her again real quick. Replace the nylon bushings on the ends. As you can see, this one's completely gone. This one's gone. You can get these pins and these cold rivets. Well, actually, springs broke. Yeah, it looks like it must have been broke. Got rust between it.
Oh yeah,
it's got rust between it. That spring, you know.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was sitting there and it just broke. Old. Supposed to come around probably and pull up, and clip right there, and it probably just snapped. That's just normal things with these. It'll build this far. Ah, that's a screw under the rust. It's a rotten out screw.
Part of the door panel?
Yeah, that one screw in the corner somebody put. See, it's supposed to be pins.
Yeah.
There should be a slot there. See all the slots?
Yep, I remember.
It should be slots. I'm not sure that, I don't think this was supposed to be a screw here. I mean, we'll find out. It's not uncommon for, you know, somebody to put a screw in, but it should snap in here. Because it should be pins, push-in pins.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there's a screw there. It's all knotted. All right, we're going to go to moving the hardware in the other door. I'm going to go to this back door, and then we'll go to the other side. We're going to remove all the hardware out of everything, get the seats out, dash all taken down, and then we'll move to popping the body off the car. All right, getting ready to remove stainless steel window trim so we can send it out and also work out all the dents and get it repolished, and we'll get everything fixed up. All right. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, the screws are just rotted out up there trying to get the trim out. So we're going to cut the front windshield out, remove it so we can get to it so we don't damage the trim any further than they are. Let's get all the inside trim screws off of the window, but I can razor knife that window out real quick and we'll pop it out of there and set it to the side. Because I think we talked to Vintage Glass about the windshield.
Get the rubber for it?
Well, the Vintage Glass, we can get the window. They're going to do all the windows and cut all the windows, and then they're going to be in aqua. We've been using Vintage Glass for a long time, so.
What?
the inside windshield cover and the screws for it.
All right, starting on the back door, you can see where they already bent up on this one a little bit. We should be able to straighten that and dolly that out again with a piece of wood. A couple dent right there. Just a couple things where it's been pried on. If you look down at a real nice angle, you'll see that it was pried and dented a little bit. That'll all be worked out. We're getting ready to do that when he's got the front seat and dig up the floor stuff and just moving right along.
Alright, here we go. Mark's got the back door tore apart, labeling everything, putting them in bags.
Pretty much lay it out real quick to tell you what. Anybody that does these all the time is gonna lay every single thing out. We lay it all out because we're going to go through all the screws that need replaced, everything that needs to be sent out and chromed, what stainless, what springs. That way while I'm working on the car, someone else can go through each one of the boxes. There'll be a Tupperware box laid out for the rear driver's door, and there'll be a Tupperware box laid out for the front door. That way at another period in time, someone can go through and count out all the screws for the trim that needs to be replaced. They'll go through and get the glass screws and replace them. They'll go through and get these handles sent out and get them re-chromed. They'll have everything laid out for each door and everything will be taken apart. These little cranks, somebody will take this out, glass bead it, repaint it, put it back in a bag. It'll be ready sitting in a drawer to go back in the car when we're ready. So everything's organized, nothing will get lost this way. The whole car will go that way. Once that process is done, all the body work and metal and sheet work and everything can be done on the car, and all the parts will be ordered, and all at the same time we'll have everything back. So got a little ways to go, but alrighty. Headliner's been removed. Going over the ductwork. And we're gonna gut and clean this all out. Cleaned up a big pile of stuff and just wanted to give you a look at what we're doing. There's our Buick project. Day of teardown. And organization is the biggest process of this teardown. I will go through all that process and what y'all have to do to keep things organized and laid out and make sure progress of the whole job work out real nice. Pretty dusty in that headliner. Really stunk it up in here. But that's all the Buick teardown. All this will be organized and laid out in different categories and go in shipping container. Some will go immediately in the glass beating, acid dipping, curing, disassembly of all the stainless and the chrome and the shipped out pot metal will be repaired. Everything will be back and organized as we're putting the car back together. Things work out in the next day or two, everything will come off the body, will come off the frame, and we will get the doors off, all the windows out and everything else. Continue on.